All right, y'all. So I'm actually hold on a second. Okay, so we're recording. Um, so um, I just wanted to make a video. Just kind of talking about I don't know, like what I plan on doing, what I'm doing right now. Um, I've been watching like hold on one second. I'm gonna let these guys in. Um, and I've been wanting to make videos and post more often. I've been just mentally kind of tired and a little bit overwhelmed with the whole process of trying to find a RV um, at the right price and the right model for me because I don't want to get one that's too small, but then I don't want to get one that's too big. And I've been just a little bit. I don't want to say overwhelmed because it is kind of fun looking for the right one, and I enjoy just looking at them. But it's just a lot of the ones that I'm finding that I like. They're like far away or like in different states at that dealer in that state. So it's a little bit tedious. Um, but I'm still enjoying it in a lot of different ways. But what I want to do is just kind of like to bring you guys along with the process of me looking for like a motorhome. For any of you guys that don't know, I've noticed I got some more subscribers. So basically, about going on 2 years now, I got my RV, my camper. It's a trailer. It's a pull behind. Um, it's a fairly new model. It's 2021. I purchased that when I was living in my apartment to um, basically travel and to go camping and give myself the ability to stay in different areas. So I purchased that roughly 2 years ago, and I basically had been leaving it in my parents' backyard. They have a pretty large piece of land, so it's like way back in their yard. Um, so I started storing it there while I was still living in my apartment. Before I actually started using it and traveling in it. So finally, about a year and a half ago, um, I moved out of my apartment by choice. I didn't have to. I chose to transition into the nomadic lifestyle, to travel, kind of like van lifers, RVers, full time, and stuff like that. To kind of transition into a period of my life where I'm choosing to be more kind of like minimalistic. Um, I just that way of life appealed to me. I didn't get evicted. I didn't get put out. My lease was up. I paid out of my lease. It was up. It was ending anyway. I did not get put out. I wasn't broke. Nothing like that. I didn't have to do it. So anyone that's wondering, I'm not living this way because I had to. It was a choice, and anyone that even had to, I'm not judging them because sometimes it's um, the only way to kind of get back on your feet. But anyone that has gotten evicted or anything like that, um, no judgment. It's all fine. You can turn a bad situation into something good and make fun out of it. But just luckily for me, at least this time, I was not, I didn't get evicted or nothing like that. I just chose to after my lease was up to just move out of my apartment and into a camper, which was on in my parents on their land. And I've been staying there since. So while I've been there, I've been trying to, save money, kind of just, reorganize things, kind of save money and move towards trying to basically position myself with being able to travel and live in different states, and experience just working in different places, traveling. So as of right now, the plan is to just kind of coordinate with my job with the uh, the work opportunities, the companies in that state. Pick a state, communicate with them, make sure there's work out there. There's work in those areas in those sites, because my company, they have clients nationwide. So as of right now, for work, I plan on just kind of traveling, basically being like a traveling security guard, just for certain periods of time, and working in a certain area for a certain amount of time for the company's clients in that state. Just kind of coordinate with them, make sure that they have clients that they need security officers or security guards at, and then traveling to that state, staying there for a while, and then after a while, kind of communicate with them about transferring to a different state or area to work for clients in that state. As that's my main way to work for right now. But I'm sure I'll find other jobs and other gigs while I'm while I am traveling. So um, that's how I plan on working right now. Um, so that's that. But basically, where I'm at right now is I just like for my trailer. It's a pull behind travel trailer, and I have an SUV that sorry, I gotta let this guy out this gate, or this contractor rather. Um, as of right now, I have a trailer, or a RV trailer, which is basically it's you tow it with your tow vehicle. And originally, I was going to be traveling and living in that, but I felt like I didn't want to have the hassle of having to tow a vehicle everywhere with the tow vehicle. So I decided that I would rather have a motorhome. And the difference is a motorhome is it's the basically a trailer and a a truck all in one. So there's no towing behind you. It's just you're driving the whole thing as one piece. So to me, that was for what I wanted to do. That was a little bit more convenient. You don't have to worry about the swaying of the trailer and stuff like that. You just drive the whole thing as one. So yeah, so for me, um, I just decided that I would rather have a motorhome. So basically, yeah, I've been saving up all this time to basically trade my trailer in for a motorhome, and travel and live that way. So like I said um, just now, the hardest part for me has been trying to find the right one for me, at the right price, in my price range, because I don't want to pay too much, but I don't want to get one that's super cheap and that's kind of not in good shape or condition. I don't want one that's too big, but I don't want one that's too small. So I've been having to look through a lot of units, and I've been going back and forth between getting a Class A and a Class C. Um, but what I do want to do is kind of just bring you guys along with me with the process of me looking at different RV units and different models. And I want to like do a poll, which you guys think, which one you guys like. I mean, ultimately, it's my decision, obviously. I'm paying for it, but I like to have like input just for fun, really, which one you guys like and stuff like that. So I think that'd be kind of fun, something different to do. Make a video and take a poll of like which models y'all like, and just get your opinion just for fun. So yeah, but yeah, that's basically where I'm at. And yeah, it's been a long journey. It's been a lot of hard work and a lot of working because I basically, like I said, I'm trying to do this the right way. And the reason why saving up is taking so long is because, um, I have to have the balance on the trailer that I own right now and the RV unit or the motorhome that I'm going to be getting. I want to have a big enough amount to put down on it so my payments are super low, and also I want to get them even lower within a year or two, so my living expenses are virtually zero. So hold on one second, y'all. I gotta sign somebody in. Okay, so I forget what I was saying. um I basically had to basically walk somebody back to a area because they didn't know how to get there, so I had to kind of leave and then come back. I forget what I was even saying. I think I was basically talking about how I'm trying to save up for the model that I'm getting, or trying to decide on which one I actually want. Um, so, um, you know, I forget what I was saying, but basically, yeah, that's where I am at. And again, it's kind of tedious picking out a unit, and also too, I know what I was saying now. What's taking me so long is the fact that when I get it, I'm trying to save up enough to where when I get it, I can put down a big amount so where my payments are super low. Because I want to live as inexpensively as possible, which will free up money and give me more freedom to not need to work as much and to be able to more easily save up for other things. Because like within a year or two roughly of living the mobile nomad lifestyle, I want to be get my passport and basically um as I'm traveling, I also want to start traveling to other countries as well when I'm not traveling around the US and working around the US. So that's another reason why you know I'm doing things the way that I'm doing them, because uh, living as cheaply as possible, having super cheap payments is going to allow me to save money, which will allow me to either invest that money in other things, or allow me to travel out of country, get my passport, stuff like that. That's my biggest thing. That's why I'm. Hold on, I got a contractor coming in. Give me one second. I got to sign them out, or sign them in rather. Okay, so I'm back. I had to help this contractor get signed in, or let him get signed in. Whenever somebody signs in, I don't like to be on here. I like to make sure I'm paying attention to when somebody signs. I just basically do stuff like this in between when I'm not dealing with contractors and people that are actually signing in, because I have to pay attention to when they sign in and make sure that they got their IDs and stuff like that. And so I don't like to be on here when I got people signing in or coming in through the gate. So I'll stop the camera and pay attention to that while that's going on. And then when there's nothing going on, I'll kind of do this. Um, and even that, I don't like to do it too much because I don't want to overdo it. But when I'm not busy, when nothing's really going on, I don't see too much harm in it, doing it sometimes. So normally, like when it's just almost time to go home, or like when it's just like extremely slow days, when it's not really any contractors or visitors coming here, I'll make one of these right here. Anyway, but yeah, like I was saying though, um, yeah, my biggest thing is doing this going forward with getting it, because it is a financial investment. But I feel like if I do it the right way, I can save a lot of money. I just have to go about it in a smart way. And these some of these RV units, motorhomes can be extremely expensive. And me, I'm not trying to get one of the super expensive ones. Um, you know, not I don't want to pay that much for one, but I also want to get one that's reliable and nice and roomy enough for me and Mojo, my dog. And if I ever should happen to have a guest or something like that, we have enough room to kind of move around and stuff like that. So it's kind of a tedious process on finding one that's the right size for you, that's not too big, that's not too small. And I've been kind of going back and forth about that. But my biggest thing is whatever I do get, I want to put enough down on it to where the payments on it are, relatively affordable. And then, like I said, within a year or two, I plan on paying it down, um, making extra payments on it. So the payments are super, super low on it. So my monthly expenses are very low, which will basically free up money for me to be able to, either invest that money into something else and also, start doing things like outside of just traveling in the United States, also allowing me to, get my passport and travel outside the country, start going to different places. So that's my game plan. And I also want to, with the money that I'm saving, to invest into stocks and get some land, um, and, stuff like that. But this is the first process, and that journey is just acquiring the RV, the unit, and then paying it down super quick to get my. Hold on. Okay, I'm back. So yeah, but yeah, like I said, I am trying to. Hold on. Sorry again. Okay, I'm back again. But yeah, like I was saying, is whatever I get in financially. The goal is to basically get the payments down like super low, so my living expenses aren't high. Like I was saying, like some of these RV motorhomes can get up really, really high, and honestly, I think a lot of them are like overpriced. Um, which is why I'm not necessarily trying to get a brand new one. But if it's not that much different from a used one, I might get a brand new one. But I mean, I just checked my credit today and it's going up, so it should be relatively easy for me to get into one with lower payments because I just checked my credit today and I got like a 719 credit score wise. I've been trying to basically make sure that I pay extra on what I have right now because it looks better to the bank. So I'm fairly confident that the bank's gonna give me a good rate, a good interest rate, and terms and stuff like that. But even with that, I still want to put down a good amount so that I can have my initial payments down pretty low. Um, so that's the biggest thing. So when I do get into it, the whole thing with me is, saving money, low output monthly and low output expenses, which will allow me to save that money to either invest it or to, use it to, do things like travel and shit like that. So pay off debt and stuff like that. So that's the goal. And again, like I plan on, kind of like making like a little interactive video, taking a poll on like which RV units that y'all like, the ones that I've been kind of looking at and looking into. Um, and again, I'm still kind of torn between a Class A and a Class C because, a Class A is basically like the bigger, longer RVs. That looks kind of like that. They're more of like the length of an actual bus. So that's a Class A. A Class C is like kind of like a half a bus basically. So you got the big giant buses, in size relation, and then you got like imagine like half a bus basically in lengthwise. That's considered a Class C. So the Class A's take a little bit more gas to use, and their engines are bigger, it's more weight. So you're moving more weight, meaning you're going to use more fuel. Um, So typically, like I know, like the Class A's have like 80-gallon fuel tanks, 80 gallons, 90 gallons, 100-gallon fuel tanks, and the Class C's typically have like a 55-gallon fuel tank. So that's a pretty big difference to fill those up. So you're talking about gas expenses, and also too, like the Class A's, the slide mechanisms are bigger. They have bigger slides, a little bit more moving parts, a little bit more electronics, just bigger parts. So when stuff breaks down, they also have bigger tires too. So when things break down on a Class A versus a Class C, you're looking at a considerable larger amount for expenses to repair those items, such as slides and whatever other mechanisms. There it's just more because it's bigger pieces. Things are harder to get to, a little bit harder to get to, a little bit more heavy duty items. So Class A is typically going to be a little more expensive to repair than Class C. So that's something that's factoring into my decision too on if I want to get a Class A or Class C. Now you get more space in the Class A, but again, you have to look at overall cost, fuel costs, and I'm willing to trade off certain things, but I'm trying to do this in the most reasonable. Hold on one second. Or how should a FedEx truck come to the gate? Okay, so I'm trying to do this in the smartest way possible financially, because if I go into it spending a bunch of money, um, more than necessary, I'm gonna kind of defeat the whole purpose. So I just want to do it like that, the way that makes sense, like financially. I'm trying to be very strategic about you know financially with this whole purchase. Because again, it's a certain way I want to do this to kind of get the results that I want and still be able to travel and stuff like that. So I'm looking at a lot of different factors, like cost, because you're going to have repairs. It's going to happen. Something's going to break down. It's inevitable, whether it's brand new or not. Something's going to break down. So I always factor that into what I buy or what I get. And then maintenance too. You have maintenance. You have to keep these things maintenance. You have, if you're traveling in it regularly, you put miles on it, you have to keep it maintenance. So maintenance on a Class A is going to be typically a lot more expensive than on a Class C. You know, so I'm just kind of weighing out the pros and cons of having more space, versus having more expenses in repairs with the Class A versus the Class C. So it's a lot to kind of take in, but I don't have a lot of time because I want to have this thing by January. Let's see, January, the week of January 8th or the 14th. Um, I will definitely be over my deadline as far as like, what I, saving. So I should have one by that week or before that week. But around January 14th is, you know, or a week before that is when I want to have it. So I'm trying to stick to my deadline and really kind of just get ahead of the of the goal, get ahead of the ball basically by having one picked out and knowing exactly what I want to get. So when I go there, I'm like, this is what I want. This is what I chose to get, and here's the money. Bam, let's go. Let's get in there. So, um, trying not to wait till the last. I'm trying not to wait till the last minute as far as choosing an actual floor plan and model in Class A or Class C. I'm trying to, be prepared and know exactly what I'm going to get and be aware of all the pros and cons of what I'm getting into. So that's my biggest challenge right now is actually choosing one. I'm financially, I've pretty much saved up. I can get one now with what I have saved up, but I'm trying to just wait maybe like another 2 or 3 checks to give myself a little bit more room financially to kind of go into it. But if I wanted to, I can probably get something like now. But I'm just, I'm not rushing it. But definitely by January, like I should definitely be in something, you know, first part, mid-January, I should definitely have it by then. Because I'll definitely have the money saved up. So it's nothing stopping me from getting one. So yeah, you know, that's the biggest thing. It's just, whatever I get, just being smart and doing my due diligence and making sure it's in good condition and making sure I understand, all the paperwork and stuff like that. And, getting in something reliable, but at the same time, it's financially reasonable for my budget and my income and my savings, and taking in all that into consideration. And yeah, so this is where I'm at on that journey. Again, I will plan I plan on I am in the process of just kind of making some short videos on certain ones that I am potentially leaning towards. And then just for fun, just taking a poll on which one that y'all like and which one that y'all think will be nice to get, and just your opinion, just for fun. Um, and the pros and cons, and if you guys know anything about RVs and Class A's or Class C's, feel free to give me your opinion on your experiences. Maybe you had one or had some negative or positive. I know there's a lot of negative opinions about Class A's and Class C's, because I know like a lot of the newer models, the quality on them has kind of drastically kind of went downhill. I know after COVID, the build quality of a lot of these manufacturers, the quality process has been horrible. And so you got to be careful with some of these newer models because they're made a lot cheaper and they break down a whole lot quicker. So if you guys have any advice on good models, good years to get, I want a floor plan that has a couch and a separate dedicated table. I don't really like the Murphy beds because I feel like I want a dedicated sleeping space separate from the sitting area or lounge area. So I'm not really big on most of the Murphy bed models. A Murphy bed is a bed in the RV that folds up into the wall basically, and I kind of like it in a way, but I don't like to, because if somebody wants to sit down and then somebody wants to sleep, you won't be able to to sit down and sleep at the same time. You have to basically, sit on a bed. You can't just watch TV separately from someone that wants to actually, sleep. So me personally, I'd rather have a separate bed and couch opposed to one that, turns into a couch that also is a bed at the same time. So yeah, but yeah, I would love to hear y'all's opinion on any suggestions you have, certain years or models or classes to stay away from. I would love your input if you have any, experience with owning a Class A or C motorhome or really any RV at all. I would love your input and your opinions on me choosing my motorhome to travel the United States and work in different places. Eventually, I do plan on getting some land and um, maybe getting like a small home or just getting a home built on some land, or but it's going to be a little while where I'm going to be strictly just full timing in my RV. And even after I get my home, I'll probably still travel. It'll just be I'll have a home base. It's always nice to have a home base, But I won't necessarily be staying there a lot, but I'll have one if I want to come back and just kind of just stay settled for a while. So yeah, yeah, that's basically where I'm at. Things are always can always change or be adjusted, but this is where I'm at right now. And again, I was made these changes to go from traveling in the trailer, the tow behind trailer, to the motorhome because it just seemed more practical for me and for how mobile I want it to be. So this is basically you know what I've been you know doing, and how my plans have changed from you know how they've changed, how they've kind of more from a travel trailer to just a straight motorhome. So I'm really excited. I'm really excited for the future of this channel, and everything that I've been kind of thinking about, manifesting and envisioning and working towards with having these two jobs, because I've been working a lot to save this money up and having to be more disciplined about saving and spending and stuff like that. So it's been a nice little journey, but been kind of hard, and sometimes it's hard to kind of stay focused on you know your plans and what you plan on doing and what you want to do, because there's like a lot of like outside noise about what people think you should do or shouldn't do with your money. And a lot of people think that it's a dumb investment and you should just get a house and just focus on getting a house right now. And it's just like, if I wanted to get a house right now, I would have gotten a house. I could definitely get a house right now, but I just don't feel called to get a house right now. It's not my path. I'll probably get one eventually, but as of right now, for my life, that's not the most important thing. I have more time for that. For me, it's kind of living life in a way that feels fulfilling and exciting to me. It's not about getting this. See, it's the thing is, like, there's like this way that society says you're supposed to do things to be to have your shit together and to be stable. As if you want to be stable, you have to go and get a house and just do all that, pay on your house until you die. And I'm just like, everybody does that, and most people don't really seem like they're all that happy. People that just went and got a house and just did things the way that everybody else does it, the normal way. Get a house and just work a job for like 30 years. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying anything is wrong with that. It just seems kind of outdated to me. It seems kind of overly like normalized, and I'm just like, I want to do something a little bit different. And yeah, that's basically it. I mean, I could have gotten a house. I could have put a down payment on a house a long time ago. I could have gotten an apartment a long time ago. I have the credit. I have enough saved up. There's nothing stopping me from getting a nice apartment or even a house at this point. I just or a trailer. I don't want to do that. And it's another reason why I don't tell too many people about my plans to get an RV or motorhome and travel, because you get like a lot of judgments and people like questioning you on why are you doing that? Why would you get a motorhome for? It's like, because I want to do something different. It's all this kind of like judgment on, why would you spend money on that? You know what I'm saying? And it's like, I don't tell too many people, because you get like a lot of people want to question you about what you're doing with your money and stuff like that. And it just kind of just clouds your plans and, your excitement for things that you want to do. So I don't really tell a lot of people. I talk about it on this channel, but I don't tell a lot of people, because a lot of people, they try to put like the way that they live their life. They try to project that onto you. Um, and if you're not doing things, the normal way as they think it should be done, or the responsible thing, or like the most financially normal thing, or the practical way, or living your life where you're stable, they try to make you feel like you're doing something wrong or you're making the wrong choice, and I don't like that, because then you start questioning, you know everything that you've been manifesting because of somebody else's projections and doubts and fears and stuff like that. So typically I keep it to myself outside of this channel. But anyways, I'm going to end this video here, and until next time, I will see y'all later.